Hello YouTube, it's Lady Vet here with the recap of Power Book 3, Raising Kanan, Season 3, Episode 6. So let's get to what the Mathis household and Southside looks like with Unique gone and Ronnie the big dog in action, making moves after he slaughtered his brother. Pernessa has gone through a week doing all that she knows to do as Unique has come up missing. But there is no body to prove what she feels in her gut. Pernessa knows that the strongest sign is a bloody tailor shop, and she's got one person in mind. She may be responsible or knows what happened to Unique. Raquel Thomas. Pernessa visited Rock with gun in hand and enough anger to kill her. When Rock answered her door, she was surprised to see Pernessa with the barrel of her gun pointed at Rock. Rock saved time by taking the gun and knocking Pernessa to the floor. Rock told Pernessa that the only reason that she is alive is because Raquel knows that Nick doesn't want her to hurt Pernessa. Uncle Lulu was working with Famous in the booth. While it seemed that everything was going great, Famous stopped abruptly to let Lulu know that he was scared or uncomfortable. Lulu told Famous that the only way to get the poison out that he was feeling was to spit it out on the mic. Well, Pernessa got off of Rock's floor, and then they spoke like women as Pernessa iced her face. During her pain, Pernessa uttered the words that Nick is dead, and she could feel it inside. Rock asked what was the police saying, but Pernessa told her that the police don't care about Unique. Not like that. Rock confessed that she didn't do anything to Unique and asked what was Ronnie saying about his brother. Funny thing is, Ronnie isn't saying anything according to Pernessa, so Rock advised Pernessa to stay woke and gave her gun back. Pernessa was having a hard time believing that Ronnie would harm Unique. Rock told her that times change and so do brothers, and to keep her eyes open and her gun off safety. Famous's nerves were wrung tight, so tight that he is ready to drag Lulu along as his therapist. On the other hand, Lou is giving Famous deadly advice about spitting out what he's going through. Apparently, Famous has forgotten Kanan's advice to not speak about the Freddie situation ever. It's no wonder he has an internal conflict. Is it possible that this is Famous's last song? Agent Tanner and Howard chopped it up. Agent Tanner wanted to know if the Mathis case is something for the task force. Howard told him that he would ask around to see if there was any connection between Crown and Unique, but he had never heard that it was. Howard told Tanner that it seems like the Mathis kid is something else. Tanner admitted that some of the witnesses that were interviewed may have believed that Crown was involved, but personally he doesn't. Howard asked if he had other suspects in mind. Tanner told Howard that he had nothing for anyone outside of the team. Group Butter is growing, or not. They performed in front of a panel to determine their worth. Marvin was on the sideline, and like any proud father, he made it clear that they're good, but that his daughter should lead the pack. Marvin was so hyped that Jukebox found it necessary to throw him out before he messed things up for her. I think that Jukebox was more embarrassed than upset with Marvin, and I'm sure she knows that he meant well. Famous came home to find Kanan doing what he does, running his street business. Kanan asked Famous if he was going to stand around or help, and Kanan asked where he was. Famous uttered that he was laying down tracks with Lulu. while Kanan continued to do what he was doing, Famous blurted out that he knew how the gun got in Kanan's bag, and no doubt he had Kanan's attention. Famous told Kanan that his mom did it. Kanan tried to wrap his brain around Famous knowing that Rock put the gun in his bag and didn't tell him. Famous told Kanan that Rock is scary. Kanan told Famous that he knows that his loyalty comes at a price and gave him 5 minutes to pack and be gone. Kanan told Famous to not forget that he is scary too, and if he is there when he gets back, they will have problems. While waiting on the outcome of their performance, Aisha tells Jukebox that her dad is not wrong, that she should be the leader of the group. Then Crystal approached Jukebox and told her that her dad is a fool. Jukebox told Crystal not to ever talk about her family. As it got heated, Aisha tried to bring peace and was interrupted by Nikaya, who was not happy with the group's sloppy choreography and the lack of chemistry. She asked the girls to prove that they are a leader and fight to be out front. With Unique out of his way, Ronnie is focused on building his empire. Ronnie was busy gathering Unique's jewelry when Pernessa asked him what was he doing. When she got no answer and was trying to stop Ronnie, Ronnie pushed her to the floor. Pernessa is spending a lot of time on the floor lately. Ronnie continued what he was doing, then came over to her on the floor, stared her down, and walked away with his bags. Kanan was at home confronting Rock, while Miss Walsh, the social worker, was at the door, trying to listen before ringing the doorbell. Kanan and Rock were arguing about her putting the gun in his bag and telling him that it was all about him when they heard the doorbell. Miss Walsh entered, saying that she heard voices inside. Rock introduced Kanan to Miss Walsh, then she asked to speak to Kanan alone. Rock asked if they were meeting together, but Miss Walsh was adamant about talking to Kanan without Rock, so Rock pointed to a room for them to use. Howard asked for a minute with Captain Batiste. He told him that he was talking to a co-worker, Ogden, from the narcotics section and found that he was retiring soon, planning to head to Florida. Captain Batiste surmised that Howard wanted his job. Howard talked about getting good overtime, but was warned by Captain Batiste that the job could drag him into other things, like the task force that they were already dealing with. Howard told Captain Batiste to get him the job, and he will take care of the task force. The big dog Ronnie headed straight to Juliana's with the news about Unique. Ronnie did not go empty-handed. He was ready to do business. Ironically, Juliana made private arrangements with Ronnie. She just cut her cousin out of the equation, which I believe is her second mistake. First mistake is to work with Ronnie. After telling Juliana that Nick's gone, just like she said, he was ushered inside. Juliana told Ronnie that he would do business with her only, and that no one else can know. Ronnie gave her a bag of cash, and she asked him, how much does he want? Miss Walsh completed her meeting with Kanan. As she sat with Rock and Kanan, she told Rock that she had a productive meeting with Kanan and was pleased. She told them that she would stop by another time, but was encouraged by what she has seen. She told Kanan that she was pleased with his progress, and he thanked her. Then they walked her out. It didn't surprise me that Kanan handled the social worker. Kanan is turning into a male version of Raquel, and just like Tariq, I doubt that Kanan would admit that he is just like Rock. Lulu was conducting a sound check while Marvin and Shirley talked about what a stickler Lulu is. Marvin looked down and Shirley poured him a double shot. When Lulu came over, he asked Marvin, what has he done now? Marvin told him about his stage dad behavior at Jukebox's rehearsal. Marvin shared with Lulu that he wanted to be a good dad to Jukebox, but it wasn't easy for him. Lulu showed respect to Marvin and urged him not to give up. Kanan was putting in work when Paul approached him with a sour attitude about not having any of the guys for his jobs. Kanan told Paul that the guys came to him because of better pay and that he didn't take anyone from Paul. Kanan reminded Paul that he had no problem with the money and drugs that he gave him. Kanan warned Paul not to push up on him. Paul asked Kanan what if he went to the police about Kanan's business and that Kanan is a kid while he is an adult. Kanan told Paul that he knew of kids that put adults down. Paul's tune and tone changed towards Kanan, and Kanan asked a couple of guys to help Paul out, all while Ronnie stood and stared at Kanan's operation. Then Ronnie invited Kanan to his party at Olympic Palace. When Kanan tried to pass on the invite, Ronnie told him that he is gonna wanna be there because everybody's gonna wanna be there. Raquel had a meet with Howard to inquire about Unique. Howard told her that Unique is dead, but they don't have a body. Howard went on to say that he thought that it was Rock settling an old score with Unique. Rock asked about NYPD having any leads or ideas, and Howard asked why would she care since the competition was gone? And also, if she's out of the game, why would she care about the players? Howard asked Rock, with cats out here dropping, are you scared thinking you're next? Rock said that there's a big difference between being scared and aware. She said that scared made you look over your shoulders and not see what's coming. Being aware makes you know every angle and what's headed your way. Rock told Howard that she is aware. Jukebox got the results of her test scores for military service. She passed. As Marvin entered the room, Jukebox hid her paperwork. Marvin apologized to Jukebox about its behavior leading to the throwing him out of her rehearsal. Jukebox made Marvin's day by telling him that she knows that he was just looking out for her and that maybe he was right about her being the leader of the group. Marvin got hyped again, but calmed himself down and explained to Jukebox that he was trying to understand how to be there for her and how to be her father. Jukebox realized that Marvin was really trying and headed off to school. Rock went to Cafe Vu to make amends with Lulu. She smiled when she entered and heard her dad's music playing. Lulu turned the music off when he saw Rock and asked her, what did she want? She said that she wanted him to know that she was sorry to have missed his club opening. Lou wanted nothing to do with Raquel. Their conversation was more about her taking from him, although she said that she wanted to give. She wanted to give respect, support, and love, all of that. Lulu told Rock that maybe everybody else believes that she left the game behind, but he doesn't, because Lulu said that she can't leave herself behind. That it was not about what she thought, it's about who she is. Rock wanted Lulu and her to get back to what they had. Lulu told her that there's nowhere for them to go. Lulu blamed Rock for everything and all the bodies, and Rock told him that he is grown and can't blame her for all the bodies and that it's time to own up to it. But Lulu told Rock to see herself out. Marvin met with Gerald in a park and talked about the possibilities of doing a story on jukebox. Well, Marvin liked the idea, and as he reached out to shake Gerald's hand, he was approached by a random guy who asked what's going on and seemed excited to see Marvin. When Marvin asked the guy, "Do I know you?" the guy said, "Of course, you know me from when you and Tony Deep were together." Marvin told the guy that he's got the wrong guy and he doesn't know Tony Deep, that the guy should move on. The guy said sorry for the mistake and continued on. And Marvin told Gerald that all the brothers looked the same to the white boys. Gerald said that Tony Deep sounds like a porn star. Kanan, Aisha, and Jukebox went to Ronnie's party. Jukebox asked about Famous, but Kanan did not want to talk about Famous. As they moved about the party, Ronnie acknowledged Kanan being there. Jukebox asked if they were at Ronnie's party and asked him boldly, "Ain't your brother missing or something?" Ronnie said that Neek is taking time off. He'll be back. Jukebox said that is not what she heard. Snaps approached and Kanan introduced Jukebox and Aisha. Snaps introduced Pop and told Kanan that Ronnie's been talking about Kanan's hustle. Pop told them to help themselves to food and drinks. Jukebox asked what happened with Famous. Kanan told her that nobody wants to talk about that. We're at a party. And he and Aisha moved away from Jukebox. Rock was summoned to her Southside Plaza to see a busted pipe and running water in the beauty shop area. Rock asked, "Why did you call me? Call the plumber." But the shop owner said that calling the plumber is the landlord's job. Rock looked disgusted at the running water that seemed to be filling the basement. Rock probably wondered, why did she sign up for this? Jukebox stood aside near the bar watching Kanan and Aisha dance when she interrupted by telling them that it's time to go because they had work the next day. Kanan was disappointed, but said okay. Then Aisha said that they would go and Kanan should stay, but Jukebox said that Kanan is leaving with them. As they began to head out, there's Ronnie standing in front of Kanan, telling him that Heads want to meet him. Jukebox said, "We're leaving. You ain't got nothing to say to those thucksters." Ronnie said, "They ain't thucksters." Jukebox said, "There go Prince Ra and Tony XL over there. Black noise by the bar. Kazala talking to those girls over there. They all in the game, and they all thucksters." Ronnie asked Kanan if he wanted to meet some people or not. Kanan told the girls that he would catch them later and followed Ronnie. Jukebox told Kanan that Rock would not like him being there, but Kanan doesn't care. From the time that Rock left Cafe Vu, Lulu has been drinking and thinking and hallucinating. Lulu looked up and saw Scrappy playing video games and looking at him. Lulu rubbed his eyes and the vision went away, so Lulu continued drinking. Kanan was invited to the VIP section with Snaps, Pop, and Ronnie. Kanan told them that he keeps work and family separate. Snaps said, "Wise man." Ronnie said, "We want to deal with you. You're on the nickel and dime stuff right now, but together we can make more money." Snaps broke it down to interpret what Ronnie is saying is that he wants to partner in a trade that is going to be a lot more lucrative than what you've got going on now. Kanan said that all he has is guys on bikes, and Ronnie said, "But you're up and running already." Kanan said his stuff and his stuff alone ain't got nothing to do with his mother. Pop told Kanan that if they thought that he was with Rock, they would be talking to Rock. Ronnie commented, "Freak Rock." Snaps echoed the same. Kanan seemed to like that everyone felt like he does about Rock. Rock had the plumber to repair the broken pipe. Marvin was driving by and saw Rock's truck and wanted to know what happened. Rock said, "Now you know," as the community cops drove by. Marvin asked if they were messing with her. She said that they are trying, along with everybody and everything. Rock was very frustrated. Marvin asked if she heard about Neek and that they say he is a missing person. Rock told Marvin that she heard from the police that he's dead. Rock told Marvin that she knows Marvin didn't believe that she got out of the game, but her decision was made easier by the Italians. But now, what does she know about being a landlord? She said that it ain't her, and no one really believes it also. They still think that she's hustling. Marvin offered Rock a cigarette as he chuckled. Then she asked, "Why try to be something that I'm not? I move weight. That's what I do. And that's who I am." Just like that, Rock talked herself back into the game. Back at the club, the heads were preparing to take a picture when Snap said, "Hold on. Come on, join us, Kanan." Kanan had stars in his eyes, but he said that it's all right. Ronnie said, "Come on, you belong." Kanan got up and moved in with his new crew. Rock apparently got a bright idea, so she and Marvin went to see the big fish man, Stefano, who greeted Rock as his favorite retiree. Stefano looked at Marvin and asked, "Is this the mailman?" Marvin responded, "Special delivery." So they all went to talk in a more private area. He said that he heard about their friend Unique from his contact at the police station. Rock said that Neek was about his business, just like me, which is why I'm here. She wanted to step into what he started and take it over. Stefano said, "Wow, you're something. They haven't even found the body yet." He said, "Whoa, I thought you were done. Out of the game, so you say." Rock said that I'm done doing what I did and how I did it. I'm going to do it different now. Stefano said, "I don't know. You're giving me whiplash. You're in, you're out, you're in. Makes me nervous." Then Marvin said that you are okay with my sister putting your man down. Stefano said mailman comes through again. He said okay and told Rock that she's in and there's only one way out. Kanan seems to have taken over Famous's place, and so as he tried to sleep, there was a strong pounding at the door, and it didn't stop until the door was opened. Kanan opens the door as Ronnie came in with his bag. Ronnie's got no greeting of the day, just business. Ronnie opened the bag and hit Kanan in the chest with the brick, telling him, "Time to go to work, nephew." With no more spoken words, Ronnie, the big dog, unloaded 3 more bricks for Kanan. Lulu reached his destination, but he took another drink before he got out of his car. Lulu was completely covered, to include his hoodie, as he stumbled from his car to go across the street. Agent Tanner summoned Howard to his office to ask about another case. Howard asked him, "What happened to all that about fruits of your investigation are only consumed by you?" Tanner said, "Rules were made to be broken, Detective Howard, and we can use your insight." Howard looked at the case file and said that it was a local guy and why. Well, the case was Marvin Thomas that connected to Marco Baselli's murder. So as Lulu takes his own bad advice that he gave to Famous about getting the poison out by speaking his truth, the episode ends with a really drunk and pitiful Lulu in the home of Scrappy's mother. As they sat together, Lulu cried and confessed and cried that it was his fault that Scrappy's gone. Lulu told Scrappy's mother that he tried to stop it. He should have gone in between. He just let it happen. He should have said no. Now Scrappy's gone, and he was so sorry. Scrappy's mother sat in silence. Stay tuned. Subscribe, like, and comment. Remember to thank a veteran for their service. I'm out.